Today we're going to mix it up a bit and bring you a different sort of demo. I give you GridAutoSport. It was actually released almost a year ago, but the online community is thriving and they're constantly coming out with new DLC. So let's go check it out in the garage. Autosport is the third release in the Grid Racing series, and it represents a return to the realism that made the original so great. Autosport has really similar handling to the original Grid. It still walks the line between simulation and arcade, but it's much more realistic than Grid 2 ever was. Even with the driving aids off, Autosport's pretty forgiving. But you still have to be careful with your acceleration, steering, and braking if you want to score a spot on the podium. There are 5 disciplines in this version, including Touring, Endurance, Open Wheel, Tuner, and Street. You have to complete all 5 in order to unlock the final Grid Grand Slam events, but other than that, you can determine your own progression as a driver. As you gain driving experience, you'll start to receive offers from rival teams. They'll demand that you perform better, but they also shell out more XP and offer better controls for fine-tuning your vehicles. One thing that Autosport does especially well is the AI racers. They're much more aware of the drivers around them and respond accordingly. They also race in the style and make of their individual vehicles, so not all NPCs behave the same, which makes the whole race feel way more real and unpredictable. And of course, Autosport has a great online community for competitive racing between friends and enemies. Plus, there's an awesome forum for discussions, tech support, and for buying upgrades, expansion packs, and season passes that allow for all the new cars and tours not featured in the original release. GridAutoSport has over 100 different racing routes in 22 different countries and an ever-expanding collection of cars and tours. And now, with integrated support for mobile devices like Intel's 2-in-1, you can get in a race anytime, anywhere. This newest release in the Grid series marks a return to the high-octane realism that set the original apart, and it really drives home Codemasters' dominance in the racing game community. Well, that's it for us here on Shop Talk, sponsored by Intel. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and as always, follow us on Facebook and Twitter for more updates. And be sure to tune in next week when we check back in with Magix and talk about some exciting stuff they've got coming down the pipeline. See you then!